Vitamin C is probably one of the most popular skincare ingredients, but what does it do? And do you actually need vitamin C in your skincare routine? Today, we're going to talk all about it. Hey, I'm Dr. Sam Ellis, and I'm a board-certified medical and cosmetic dermatologist in Northern California. I'm here to help you understand your skin and find products that work for you. If that sounds good, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Vitamin C is naturally found in fruits and vegetables, as well as certain dietary supplements, and vitamin C has a ton of important roles within the human body. Today, we're going to focus really on how vitamin C affects our skin and the additional benefits that topical vitamin C may afford us. Normal skin actually contains high concentrations of vitamin C, which helps with important and well-known functions like collagen synthesis, as well as antioxidant protection from both environmental stressors as well as internal stressors. Exposures like UV radiation and pollution, as well as sort of the byproducts of normal cellular metabolism within the skin, create something called oxygen-free radicals. And antioxidants, such as vitamin C, essentially help neutralize those oxygen-free radicals. If those free radicals were never dealt with, they basically go around and bump into important structures within the skin and cause them to break down prematurely. I sort of think of antioxidants as like the bouncers within a nightclub, and they go around and they throw out the bad actors so that everyone can continue to have a good time. Now, the vast majority of vitamin C that exists in your skin gets there through dietary intake. But there is research to show that by supplementing with topical vitamin C, you can actually get additional benefits for your skin. And this is where topical vitamin C in skincare really comes in. And I will say vitamin C is one of the most researched skincare ingredients out there. So we have some really good data to show that it can be helpful. Topical vitamin C has actually been shown to enhance collagen production. And as a reminder, collagen is the main structural protein within our skin that gives it support. Unfortunately, as we get older, we don't make collagen as readily. So anything within our skincare or within procedures that we're having done in the office that stimulates collagen can really help our skin look and feel better. In addition to stimulating collagen production, vitamin C can also slow collagen destruction. So there are enzymes within our skin called matrix metalloproteinases, and they go around and they sort of break down collagen. And vitamin C has been shown to slow the activity of those enzymes to help preserve the collagen that you already have. Topical vitamin C also interacts with another enzyme within our skin called tyrosinase, and tyrosinase contributes to pigment production. So when you use topical vitamin C, you can actually slow excessive pigment production within the skin, which is why it's often used to help correct irregular pigmentation like melasma or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And then lastly, topical vitamin C has been shown to protect your skin from sun damage by neutralizing the oxygen-free radicals that are generated by UV radiation. So I really think of sunscreen and topical vitamin C as working together in different ways to protect your skin. So really anyone can benefit from the addition of topical vitamin C in their skincare routine. Now, I've spoken about this topic before because a lot of people go, well, Dr. Ellis, I can't tolerate vitamin C or I don't enjoy using it. And what I tell them is that's completely fine. Vitamin C is like the cherry on the top of your skincare sundae. It makes it a little bit better, it makes it a little bit more complete, but the sundae is still very good even without vitamin C. The core of a good sun protective regimen is sunscreen. And then vitamin C gives this added benefit of boosting the sun protection as well as reversing some of those signs of skin damage, as well as helping with anti-aging. The core or the foundation of a good skincare routine, in my mind, involves a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. That's kind of like your holy trinity starter pack. And then you can add in a topical retinoid to help with anti-aging and breakouts and evening out skin pigmentation. And then you can add vitamin C. That's sort of the order or the priority I would pick. And then kind of comes the rest of the skincare that's out there and available. So even though it's not at the tippy top of my list, it's certainly at the top of my skincare items in general for things I think make a great routine. One thing to keep in mind is there are different types of vitamin C that can be incorporated into these topical vitamin C or topical antioxidant products. There's the active form of vitamin C, which is known as ascorbic acid. It's the same vitamin C that you would get from a dietary source like eating an orange. And then there are vitamin C derivatives. And vitamin C derivatives are different because they must be converted into the active form, ascorbic acid, before they can exert their positive effects within your skin. So you should think of ascorbic acid as the biologically active form of vitamin C, and by far and away, ascorbic acid as a topical vitamin C skincare ingredient is the most studied, and there's the most research and data behind it supporting its efficacy. Aside from considering the form of vitamin C that's within your topical topical skincare product, you also want to think about the concentration or the percent strength. And you'll notice as you start to explore the vitamin C possibilities that are out there, it really can exist anywhere from less than 1% all the way up past 20%. When it comes to ascorbic acid specifically, it seems that the sweet spot generally lies between 5 and 20%. At that concentration, you're getting all of the positive benefits. And then as you continue to go up in concentration, you might be just increasing your irritation potential without gleaning any additional skin supportive effects. I wish I could give you a more specific concentration to seek out, but the reality is the efficacy of a product has somewhat to do with the concentration of the active ingredient, but more so to do with the formulation overall. It's also worth mentioning that although ascorbic acid is the most tried and true form of vitamin C, it's also highly unstable, which can make it tricky to formulate with. As ascorbic acid is exposed to things like water or air or light, it can cause it to break down and then essentially lose its efficacy. It's why you'll often see ascorbic acid vitamin C products packaged in airtight or opaque packaging to sort of limit those potential detrimental exposures. If you've used vitamin C products before, you may have noticed that it started out clear or whitish when you opened it, but over time, the product became sort of yellow or even brown in color. And that's a sign that the vitamin C within that product is oxidizing or becoming less effective. Which begs the question, when is the vitamin C product that you're using too yellow or too brown or essentially too far gone to continue using it or for it to be worthwhile to keep in your skincare routine? And that's a pretty tricky question to answer. I would say that if it is yellow to dark yellow, you're probably still okay. And then if it takes on a true brown or amber color, it's time to toss it. Also, if the consistency of the product changes. So if it starts out as a really watery liquid and then becomes thicker or more syrupy, it's gotta go. And same for a cream. If it starts out as sort of like a smooth, lightweight cream and you notice that the product starts to separate or become more oily when you pour it out, it's time to toss it. This can be a hard thing to think about because a lot of vitamin C products are kind of pricey and it is very painful to throw away products that you enjoy but maybe aren't effective anymore. So when I'm purchasing a vitamin C product, my goal is that I'm using the entire bottle or tube or jar within 3 months of opening it. And then I'm very careful about how I store it in my bathroom. So I store it in a drawer. I don't leave it out on my countertop where it's exposed to warmer air from the shower or from light through the windows. So let's talk about some of my favorite ascorbic acid skincare products. And you might notice when you look on the label of these products, it says L-ascorbic acid. For all intents and purposes, L-ascorbic acid and ascorbic acid are the same thing. It's the biologically active form of vitamin C. It is the most well-researched in terms of its efficacy. And generally, when I personally am reaching for a vitamin C product within my routine, I usually am reaching for something with ascorbic acid as the main vitamin C active. My number one L-ascorbic acid product is SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. If you've watched this channel at all, you probably could have bet $1 million that I was going to say this. And the reason the SkinCeuticals vitamin C portfolio, because now they have multiple different types of topical vitamin C, always remains in sort of my top choice and is a top choice for so many dermatologists and estheticians, is because SkinCeuticals did the original pioneering research on topical vitamin C and its efficacy with these specific formulas. I guess another way to say that is when I was talking earlier in the video about how vitamin C has been shown to improve collagen production, decrease collagen breakdown, improve skin brightening, and help with hyperpigmentation, a lot of those studies used the SkinCeuticals formula to prove the efficacy of ascorbic acid. So when you are spending over $150 on a bottle of CE Ferulic or Floritin CF from SkinCeuticals, one of the things you're paying for is that reassurance that the formula you are using is effective. And remember, this is important because L-ascorbic acid is highly unstable, so it can be included in other brands' formulations and it might not be as effective when they've included it because of that instability. Now, this is not to say that other brands always have unstable vitamin C in their products. There are probably a lot of brands out there that use vitamin C and it's still highly active when it gets to your skin. We just don't have that same certainty that we do with SkinCeuticals. I know it enrages some people for me to even suggest a topical vitamin C product that is that pricey, but I just wanted to explain my reasoning behind it. But let's get into some other L-ascorbic acid products that I think might be good alternatives. There are a couple brands that are sort of known for duping the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic formula. And again, it's a patented formula, so you can't exactly copy it, but the Maylove Glow Maker as well as the Timeless CE Ferulic are kind of used as alternatives for people who want the SkinCeuticals effect, but not the price tag. Similar to the SkinCeutical CE Ferulic, both of these formulations have L-ascorbic acid as well as vitamin E and ferulic acid. And vitamin E and ferulic acid really sit there as stabilizers of the L-ascorbic acid. So they are sort of supportive elements within the formulation. The Timeless formulation comes in an airless pump and is slightly thicker in consistency. And then the Maylove Glow Maker comes in a dropper very similar to the SkinCeutical CE Ferulic. So if you're interested in incorporating ascorbic acid into your skincare routine and you're like, I don't know if I want to go all the way to SkinCeuticals, I think both of these are nice options. So those are some of the water-based ascorbic acid products. Ascorbic acid can also be suspended in tiny particles within oil and formulated that way. I wanted to mention this because I often get asked about the L'Oreal Revitalift Vitamin C Serum as well as the CeraVe Skin Renewing Vitamin C Serum, and I think these are nice formulations. I've used them before. They're a little bit thicker and a little bit more oily, but I do feel like some people prefer that texture with their vitamin C. So those are also good options. They're made by very reputable companies, so I would trust that type of vitamin C, but my personal preference is the water-based vitamin Cs. All right, let's pivot and talk about the vitamin C derivatives because I don't think they are a lost cause. Yes, ascorbic acid has the most proof behind it, but that doesn't mean that vitamin C derivatives are a complete waste of your time. Oftentimes these formulations can be more gentle or less irritating, which is great for people who want to incorporate a topical antioxidant and vitamin C specifically, but L-ascorbic acid just doesn't work for them and their skin. One thing I should have mentioned when talking about ascorbic acid is that it can be irritating for some people. A lot of times you have to formulate it at a lower pH or a more acidic pH in order for it to be stable and for it to have good skin penetration where it can actually be effective. And that lower pH can be irritating for some people. Now that is certainly not the case for all ascorbic acid products, but it is for many of them. One of the more popular vitamin C derivatives, and remember, the vitamin C derivatives are not the active form of vitamin C and have to be converted to the active form once they're in the skin, is THD or tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. It is thought, though more studies are needed, that this form of vitamin C may have better penetration into the skin and may even be able to go deeper than ascorbic acid. In addition to that, it's oil soluble and it is more stable than ascorbic acid, so it's a lot easier to formulate with. If I wasn't using a product that had ascorbic acid in it, using something that had THD ascorbate would be sort of my next best. One of my favorite THD ascorbate products is the Revision Skincare C Correcting Complex. Aside from the SkinCeutical CE Ferulic, this is probably my most used topical vitamin C because I really like that it comes in a lotion form, and there are just certain days or certain times of the year where that's more of what I'm in the mood for. I also don't find that it destabilizes or oxidizes the way my SkinCeuticals does, so it's one that I can kind of have open and keep open for longer periods of time, and it's the vitamin C that I tend to travel with. And then the Skin Better Alto Advanced Defense and Repair Serum is one that I've sort of been dabbling in more. It has THD ascorbate, but I'm more drawn to it because it has so many other topical antioxidants in it. And this is a good time to remind you that there are more topical antioxidants that have beneficial effects besides just vitamin C. So this product particularly interests me because it has all of these other antioxidants in conjunction with the vitamin C. Now, if you look at the price of either of those two, you're probably thinking, Dr. Ellis, how dare you even recommend those? But in my experience in speaking with my peers and people who are really into skincare, those products are just so well received. People notice real meaningful change when they have them in their routine. And I find that even people who feel that they're on kind of like a skincare budget will splurge for those products because they find them so effective for them. And I'm not saying blow your budget on vitamin C serum, but what I am saying is that if you are vitamin C curious and you want to know if it can have real, meaningful, impactful effects in your skin, it may be worth investing once or twice in sort of these most reputable products. And then if you don't notice a difference or you're not into it, you never have to repurchase again. But if you do notice an improvement in your skin that makes it worth it to you, that may be when you continue using it. Beyond THD ascorbate, there are other derivatives of vitamin C, but to be honest, I don't often recommend them or personally try them because the evidence is just lacking compared to THD ascorbate and L-ascorbic acid. So those are 3,0-ethyl ascorbic acid. I literally have to read a list because I never talk about these. Ascorbyl glucoside, sodium ascorbyl phosphate or MAP, and then ascorbyl palmitate. And it's not to say that products with these forms of vitamin C are completely ineffective. I just personally don't reach for them very often, and I don't feel comfortable recommending anything that I don't personally try. Now, for practicality's sake, let's talk about how to incorporate a vitamin C product into your skincare routine. You can have all the right products in the world, but if you don't use them in the right order or incorporate them in the right way, you're not going to glean the best effects. In general, I would say that it's kind of tricky for vitamin C to penetrate the skin where it can exert its best effects. So use your vitamin C product as close to the skin as possible. Generally, it is the very first step in my skincare routine after I cleanse my face in the morning, or if it's in a lotion form, so it's not in a watery serum like my CE Frulic, but it's more in a lotion form like my Revision Vitamin C product, then I will layer it right over like a hydrating serum. But I never want to put it over the top of anything thick or occlusive that might inhibit its penetration. Technically, you can use vitamin C in the morning or in the evening. There are some studies that show that once it's penetrated into the skin, it hangs out there for more than 24 hours, so it shouldn't really matter what time of day you use it. On the off chance that you're using a vitamin C that may be slightly less stable, I like to use it in the morning because it gives you more protective effects against environmental stressors that you might see in those first 12 hours after application, like UV radiation and pollution. There's a lot of noise out there in terms of what you can combine with your vitamin C products, like what things will work well and what things won't work well when you're using topical vitamin C. I would say the big no-nos in terms of combining them in the same time of your vitamin C application are benzoyl peroxide and copper peptides. Both of those can essentially deactivate your vitamin C. So could you use benzoyl peroxide in the morning and vitamin C at night? Yes, but you should not use them at the same time of day. A lot of people are under the impression that you cannot combine vitamin C with niacinamide. I'm not exactly sure why or how that got started, but niacinamide and vitamin C together are totally fine. And then you'll often hear people talk about not combining vitamin C with exfoliating acids like alpha hydroxy acids such as glycolic acid or lactic acid, or beta hydroxy acids like salicylic acid. And that's not because those acids deactivate the vitamin C or destabilize it. It's because both of those independently can be somewhat irritating to the skin. So if you're worried about over irritation or you have particularly sensitive skin, having vitamin C and exfoliating acids in your routine may be problematic. Ultimately, my philosophy when it comes to incorporating vitamin C into your skincare routine is do it if you can, because I do think it has some long-term benefits of helping your collagen out and some short-term benefits of brightening your skin, but do not fret if you cannot. There are plenty of other good skincare products out there. There are other amazing things that you can have in your routine to still support healthy, beautiful, glowing skin. What's your favorite vitamin C product? Share in the comments. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.